Hey guys, how's it going? Isabella here from AquaZone. So for today's video, we're gonna make the most old school filtration system there is, like going back into time. And yet, these filters are still available on the market. Let's see what it is. Filtration I'll be using. It's called an UnderGravel filter, and it's basically plates, as I showed you already, at the bottom of this aquarium. So we're going to be installing 4 plates at the bottom of the aquarium, and it's basically a filtration that's made from the air suction. Basically, it's the only thing you'll need aside this kit is an air pump and some airline, pretty much. And everything else comes within it. This one is by Penn-Plax. I hope you can see it clearly here. So this is how it's installed. It's installed underneath the gravel, and this one is actually for 20 to 15 gallon, but the ones with 4 plates that I'm using currently, it's for 50 to 60 gallon. So it's perfect for this 60-gallon aquarium. So other things that come with it are actually those tubes that are gonna be coming out of the plates at the bottom, and through these tubes we're gonna be passing a air stone and some airline. And this company Penn-Plax actually was nice enough to give some extra carbon cartridges that go right here at the top of the tube, as you can see. And the only thing I'll be doing different on this install is I'll be using some sand. So I'll have to adapt this filtration to the substrate I'll be using. So let's do this. So 2 very important reasons why you should choose to use this filtration. Number 1, if you have a lot of tanks, you probably realize that in electricity, it's going to cost you a lot. If you run like power head filters, canister filters, any filter is going to cost you a lot. But this type of filters, you can put in line on the same giant air pump, and it's going to save you a ton in electricity. Also, I run so many tanks here that I'm running out of outlets. So I can split an air pump between this current tank and another one that I have in the house. Number 2 reason is that it's not gonna break. There's nothing mechanical in it. It's all air driven. So the only thing that could possibly break is your air pump. But the system itself, right here, those plates, unless you really put a lot of force into them, they're not gonna break. If you have digging cichlids, perhaps this is not the best type of filtration, but in my opinion, it's pretty good and it's worth trying at least once. So first, I have to insert this piece in here and then twist it in order for it to be secured. And after that, we're going to be installing the airline. So after inserting the air stone and the airline inside, it's very important you keep this little piece of rubber on the outside so you don't lose your tube and it doesn't fall all the way in. See, if I was to push it all the way, then I'd lose it at the bottom. So this prevents it from going further down. This awesome kit actually comes with 4 tubes and 4 air stones, 4 air lines in order for you to use all 4 corners of the aquarium. I'm sorry, the lighting is a little bit terrible here. So as you can see, this is the aquarium, and the kit comes with 4 tubes, but I only use 2 because I only want like 2 outputs of air in here. But technically you could put on all 4 corners a tube and it would do an amazing job. And it also came with 4 of those awesome carbon pads right here where you can refill new carbon each month. It also came with those clips that you can use to hold the panels together. In this particular case, I won't be using them because I have other plans for the bottom. Side note, some people do believe that it's good or beneficial to put some biomedia underneath the plates, or some zeolite media or some carbon. It depends really what you're going to be having in the aquarium. I'll probably put some zeolite pellets underneath the plates right at this moment, and then I'll start on the install of the substrate. So because I will be using some fine sand and gravel for this install, as you can see, there's some holes at the bottom here where the actual filtration is supposed to happen, where most of the sand would probably get stuck under. So I'm going to be using this mosquito net just to have extra coverage on top of it. It's not going to prevent the filtration whatsoever, it just will prevent the sand from going under the plates. And don't forget to pop these things, they're removable. That's so that the airflow goes in between each one of your plates. Also, I messed up, and instead of having them this way, line up your holes to be towards the back, because apparently according to the install, you see there's like a smaller side, and then there's a thicker side, and the thicker side should be along the back. So we're gonna just place them all to this direction. So I just laid the mesh at the bottom, and I took 2 stones to hold it down while I'm pouring the sand on top. As you can see, there's 2 stones, one here, one there. And now it's time to pour the sand in. Make sure when you fill it up that you don't fill it up past this connector here, because if you ever were to do the maintenance of this, like let's say remove it, you'd have like substrate that fall inside, and that would be not too good for the filtration system. Alright, so finally I finished filling it up. I gave it a little bit time to clear up because I did infuse it with live bacteria, so I can put a fish as soon as possible in here. So let's come closer and just see what's going on, how it works, how it looks. So obviously I put some plants, but I'm pretty sure you can see how this thing works. So the plates are here below the gravel, and the air is coming up the tube, and it's basically creating a very, very gentle section through the gravel, through the underneath. It's very clear and clean looking. Like, you don't see any filtration really aside those transparent tubes. Here's the other one. It's very easy to hide. You add a little bit of plants and decor, and that's it. And pretty much that's what it looks like just from the first sight. I'll make another video later on when it clears up, you know, so I can show you a better view of it. But all in all, super easy filtration to install. Super easy to look at. It's not like those bulky canisters sometimes you see like all the tubes sticking out, or you know, like sponge filters are so ugly. This is pretty. This is really nice. So this is what it looks like, guys.